Leadership content is a difficult niche. Back last year, when I started taking my content creation seriously and uploading to my YouTube channel full time, I did a lot of research beforehand on how to get things just right. One of the best suggestions for a growing creator was to create content on something you know better than anyone else. For me, that was leadership. I've had extensive leadership training throughout the early stages of my life, right up until now. I've been in a range of leadership positions such as artist management, business owner, and event planner. It's something that I feel very passionately about getting right because I believe it's a solution to a lot of problems that exist in the world to this day. The difficulty sharing leadership content as a content creator is two things. Firstly, translating all of this leadership knowledge into a video format that can be understood and extracted by people I can't see and don't know in a way that doesn't discriminate anyone, whether by age or gender or socioeconomic background. There are going to be moments where something has to be said to a specific group of people, and that's inevitable. Anyone who has ever found themselves in a leadership position of particularly large groups will always experience this. These videos are being seen by thousands of different people, and you all have different identifying factors. All I can do is make sure I make something for all of you. The second difficulty is proving that what I say works and that I'm someone who should be subscribed to because my information is reliable. There are tons of charlatans on YouTube peddling information in a range of subjects purely for the sake of views or exploitation, and there doesn't seem to be any lashback for that. I'm not okay with being fake. If I was okay with that, I would be setting a horrifically bad example of leadership. The only real solution to proving that my leadership advice works is by sharing examples from my life where my intervention brought about better results than if I didn't participate in that leadership capacity. It doesn't always need to be boasting and bragging. This was me, I did this. Just a subtle, hey, check this out, and leave it at that. Humility is a major necessity in leadership roles. Nobody likes a big head. The second reason why I chose leadership content as my niche for my YouTube content was because I'm aware that there is a massive oversaturation of toxic advice being put out at the moment. I'm a straight white male who has gone from his 20s into his 30s, so yes, I absolutely have had algorithms on all platforms push me some sort of toxic masculinity leadership advice about beating your chest or beating your girlfriend or beating your teacher. It's really all so horribly flawed. I really don't want to have to mention any names, but there are guaranteed to be a few that pop into your head when you imagine who I'm talking about. There's nothing wrong with being physically healthy. There's nothing wrong with being assertive and communicating in personal relationships. There's nothing wrong with outperforming the people who taught you and reaching new standards. But pretending that all of that is achieved through 100% masculinity and testosterone is dumb as that's not leadership. Real leadership, immaculate leadership is about balance. A balance between being masculine and feminine, filling both paternal and maternal roles. And that advice can be applied to both men and women. I've got a few teenage male friends, and anytime this kind of conversation or dialogue comes up, all I'm hearing is how their insecurities as young developing males have been targeted. And during these crucial moments of development, they've been subjected to really poor leadership content designed to appeal to the parts of their brains seeking this stuff. The boys that have listened to me and let me fill in the gaps and clear away some of the poison have leveled out nicely in the time afterwards. They're much calmer. They're really successful with girls, albeit within the law, and they're not as insecure about themselves. However, the boys who refuse to listen to me and show us arrogance over humility have nosedived really fast, falling into substances, damaging key relationships in their personal lives, and continuing to get tripped up over the pettiest hurdles. I'll get an online leadership course out at some point this year. I just hope it's in time to save enough of these kids. This oversaturation of poor leadership content has to be challenged, and the best example I can set is by sharing the best advice through my video content. The last reason why I chose leadership content as a niche was because I believe in it. I trust it. I trust that the things I say and the information I share will only bring benefits to the lives of the people that walk away with it. I'd feel so ashamed if I shared content with the world and the only result of it was harm and hurt to innocent people with enough hassle going on in their lives already. That's muggy. Leadership is the way forward and often the solution to a lot of problems. You don't always need to be in the leadership position to apply it either. You can be mingled into a team on the same level as everyone else and still bleed out moments of leadership here and there, again, in a subtle fashion, and see lots of micro improvements that ultimately result in a major overall improvement. Sometimes the person in the leadership position needs someone like that in their team to make things better for everyone. Leadership is a cheap and clean solution to a lot of problems, whether we face those problems at work or at home or in our communities. Heck, a problem usually arises from a lack of leadership. It can be disturbing when a person in a leadership position operates poorly and is locked into that position through some sort of bureaucratic process, or because they hold the keys, or because it's their name on the sign. And in those moments, you have to lead yourself. Do I walk away and find a better environment as an individual? Or do I go to war with my superior and try to bring about a better environment through my conflict? This is the importance of leadership. It will give you the experience and knowledge you need to make those decisions in your daily life. It's imperative that enough of us have the right knowledge to make the right micro decisions in our personal lives so that our lives as communities and societies prosper. It makes sense, right? Thank you for watching this video and bearing with me while I put this channel together. Drop a comment below letting me know specifically what you'd like me to cover when it comes to leadership content, and I'll add it to my to-do list. You can also find a link in the description that will take you to my Patreon page, where you can subscribe for a minimum of either £3 or $3, and that really helps me get these videos together. Peace.